some defenses have been struggling, and here's a few of them that are owned in way too many leagues, and they should be dropped. The first one's the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts as a whole, they've been a good defense this season, but now the last few ball games, they're starting to struggle, is Indy, and they're not getting the job done in fantasy or real life. Giving up a bunch of points their last two games to Green Bay, 8 points to Green Bay in Week 11. And then here in Week 12, Derrick Henry and that high-powered Tennessee Titan offense blew them off the field with 42 points. So the Colts, they're not getting the job done, like I said. They're not winning ball games that much either. And now they got a tough schedule coming up for a defensive team. They go to Houston. I know Will Fuller, he's done now over there. So that's one less guy they got to worry about. Then Vegas and Houston. But those teams, they don't give up many fantasy points to defenses. And the Colts, they're still owned in 79% of fantasy leagues. After this week, that number should be dropped. And if you own them, drop them. The second defense is the New York Giants. We saw the Giants have a couple easy ball games on their schedule. But now it's going to get tougher, and now they got a tough matchup here in Week 13 versus the Seattle Seahawks, then Arizona. So the Giants, they're owned in 71% of leagues. Their numbers are going to drop once again here after having a favorable matchup this week. They're going to drop all the way down 30 or 40% of ownage this week. And now with their quarterback out, their defense is going to be on the field more, I believe, and it's going to be tougher for them. So drop them. In the third and final defense I'm looking to drop this week's the Cleveland Browns. The Browns, they've had some great matchups and bad weather that's helped them over the last 3 weeks. But now the going's going to get tougher for Cleveland. They got Tennessee and Baltimore coming up in the next 2 weeks. Those are matchups I'm not going to trust. And even versus Jacksonville, they had no fantasy points, giving up 25 points, and they didn't have a sack, an inter, or fumble, nothing. So this Brown team, time to drop them. They're owned in way too many amount of fantasy leagues at 72%, and they're an easy D to cut. So that's a few defenses I'm looking to drop here heading into Week 13.